It is reported that UN Security Council held a meeting on March 11 to review the biosafety issue in Ukraine, and U.S. Ambassador Greenfield said that China has been spreading disinformation in support of Russia. Do you have any comment?
乌克兰境内
Biological military activities in Ukraine are the shared concern of the international community. According to openly available information released lately, dozens of biological labs in Ukraine are operated under the order of the U.S. Defense Department, and the U.S. has invested more than $200 million in the activities of these labs. The relevant U.S. researches are aimed at creating a mechanism for the covert spread of deadly pathogens. According to Russian officials, Russia has found over 30 biolabs belonging to the U.S. in Ukraine. An emergency destruction was carried out on these projects, but traces of plague, anthrax, and other pathogens were found. U.S. Undersecretary of State Victoria Nuland acknowledged that Ukraine has biological research facilities and that the U.S. is working with Ukrainians on how they can prevent any of those research materials from falling into the hands of the Russian forces. U.S. media also reported the U.S. government lied about the secret of biolabs in Ukraine and withheld the truth about the real purpose of supporting these labs from the American people. WHO also recommended that Ukraine destroy high-threat pathogens stored in the country's public health labs. In the face of documents, pictures, materials, and other evidence found by Russia in Ukraine, the U.S. could not convince others and muddle through by simply dismissing the concerns as disinformation. The U.S. has always claimed to be open and transparent. It should live up to its words. If the concerns are disinformation, why doesn't the U.S. release detailed materials to prove its innocence? And what did the U.S. spend the $200 million on? What kind of research has the U.S. conducted on which pathogens? What is it trying to hide when the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine deleted all relevant documents from its website? Why does the U.S. stand alone in opposing the establishment of a multilateral verification mechanism under the BWC over the past 2 decades? If the U.S. wants to prove its innocence, why doesn't it open up these biolabs for independent investigations by international experts?